Alright everybody, how are you all doing? It's time for one of our regular updates of how to crush people with the amazing Göring Gambit at all kinds of levels. Obviously I'm telling you this because I've got a Göring Gambit course which you should buy. Because there's really two types of people out there, two types of chess players. There's people who have the course and play the Göring Gambit and people who don't. I'm going to show you what happens when people do know the Göring Gambit. Very, very easy to learn, very, very deadly, and a whole heap of fun. Okay, so I've got 6 games, 6 of the best, and I haven't seen them before. Well, I've seen 3 of them because 3 of them are mine. But first we're going to see 3 games submitted by friends, lovely people who've bought my course, which supports me, and have gone on to go out and crush mofos out there. So that's I'm going to play the first move as though it's my game. No, it's not. This is Hoopner123 has submitted this one. It's a 10-minute rapid. We have e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6. We have the Scotch game. If you haven't seen the Göring Gambit before, where have you been? Okay, so the Scotch game, and they accept a pawn, which is the best move. And now traditionally you can take that with the knights, or you play the Scotch Gambit and stuff like that, but you know, this is the Göring Gambit. Pawn to c3 on move 4. Now, what you're hoping for is that they take and keep taking pawns. And you're like, Hunty, that doesn't make sense. But it does. Because look, he's already done one move with this pawn, right? Then he makes another one, and then another one, and then sometimes another one. And then the pawn disappears from the board, while our bishop goes onto this square, gunning down here, right? In the meantime, we develop our bishop here, sometimes our queen here. Anyway, you'll see. You'll see what happens. And Hoopner123 is rated 660 here. Okay. He's playing against Calembour Humain from France, rated 633. Takes the pawn. Of course he does. And now it should be bishop c4. Well done. Okay, and now, yes, we have the knight out. Yeah, so we've got a double accepted 3 knights. I think we have options here. The general rule is to push e5, right? But you can probably also play queen b3 as well. Hoopner pushes. Oh, and the knight comes in. Right. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, when the knight jumps onto e4, we go bam, 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 right? And we're always looking at f7, right? Look, we've got an open, semi-open d-file. Queen to d5 threatens mate here and also threatens the knight. Now, if you're playing a stronger player, sometimes it's going to be bishop takes f7 check, king takes, then queen d5, and you pick up the knight. So what have you got there? You've won yourself a pawn, and you've got black to surrender his castling rights. However, a lot of the time you can actually play queen d5 and threaten to checkmate on there. Right, and then pick up the knight. But there is this move, knight g5, in which case you can take, their queen can take, then you go in with your queen, and but then they've got d8 for the king, and it's not actually that bad. So let's see what your man plays here. Okay, don't tell me he misses. Oh, and gets checkmated on move 8. Boosh. There you go. Took him a minute and a half. Instant death. Right then, game number 2, please. This is Dadalena playing, they're both 1140-ish, playing Glorious Maximus. Okay, e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, d4, the Scotch accepted, the Göring Gambit accepted, bishop c4, excellent. And now this. Okay, in the course, I've had this a lot actually recently. I've had this like 3 times today. Honestly, people playing this h6 move. What I say in the course is, generally, if they play either f6 or h6, then they've just completely wasted a move, so you can actually just castle. But there's nothing wrong with that, either. Okay, queen b3, there you go, queen b3. Again, we're looking at all this blind. Okay, now, if the queen goes on to e7, we would have just castled instantly, because you always do, right? If the queen's on f6, then generally you're going to capture here and then jump to there, because the knight is hitting both of these squares, yes? So that's what I'm hoping to see. Excellent. Oh no. What's that about? Okay, so knight d5. Thank you. Wicked. Brilliant. Knight d5. What are we doing here? Well, we're attacking the queen, but we're also attacking c7, which comes, of course, with our favourite fork. And black misses it. What do we do? Do we castle now? Do we want to castle and protect this? I mean, that knight's actually guarded. So he could just go in. The king's got to move. King will go here and attack the knight. He goes in. Good boy. King moves and attacks the knight. Right, now, what are we going to do? The queen there looks really interesting. Or we can just take the rook. They get a pawn. We move the rook, yeah? Takes the rook, good. Oh, you go for that pawn. No. Surely not. Isn't that just king f1? I mean, I'll also be looking at what's going to happen here. The king's going to get flushed out. And to the so even king d1. Blocking with the bishop. Okay, I like that. That's better. That's probably a better option. Bishop e3 is the computer move, but white is just winning here. Queen buggers off back home. We castle, obviously. And now, what are they going to do? Look at black's just... He's got nothing. Enough ink. You can even drop your bishop in there. That's what I would do. Drop the bishop in there. The king goes here. You've even got knight to c7 check. But if you put the bishop in there with check, you're going to flush the king out, and then you can move either rook to e1. Okay, he uses the queen. I think bishop might have been slightly more flexible, slightly. But hey, king there. Now what are you going to do? Knight check. Maybe. Or just rook e1. Knight check. King moves up. You've got another check now with the bishop, haven't you? Or the queen. Pawn blocks. Pawn can block either. I'd check. I think I'd check with the bishop. Oh, good man. Well done. Okay, but now you've got a check with the rook. And that's fancy, though. Rook a e1. Rather than rook fe1. Everyone would just normally play rook fe1, but there is actually something in the course where we have an instance where you move this one over because you might want to use the f-pawn supported by a rook. But this is painful. Okay, oh, he's gone there. Oh, I don't know. I don't know it's all going to go horribly wrong, but how? How is it all going to go horribly wrong? We've got only a couple more moves. I can't see it. What am I missing, guys? We've got a bishop hanging. I don't know, you're going to have to surprise me. Knight back here, okay. Oh, because that would be mate! No! Don't... Yes! My son! Get in. Brilliant. Okay. Okay, Mikko Batorfi. The one who gets all of my... Nearly all. Nobody got, by the way, when you're younger, you can eat what you like, drink what you like, and still climb into your 26-inch, 24-inch waist trousers and sit them closed. Right? Okay, so the original quote was from Red Dwarf Series 1, Season 1, I think. And I think it's Thanks for the Memory. And I think it is. Or is it Body Swap? Might be Body Swap Season 3. Anyway, but then it was sampled in a song by Carter, the Unstoppable Sex Machine. I can't remember the name of the song, unfortunately. Anyway, Mikko's got a thing, and he said that apparently his opponent accused him of cheating after this, and that's an accolade. E4, E5, Knight F3, Knight C6, D4, the Scotch game. The Göring Gambit accepted. Bishop comes out. Bishop to here. This isn't good. Okay. One reason why this isn't good is because you've blocked in the queen. Another reason it isn't good is because you've undefended that pawn and now nothing's defending it. Okay, so I know what black's thinking is, I'm going to do this and get castle quickly. But this, that, check, that's forced. Not pretty at all, precious. Okay, goes straight in for the kill with queen d5, threatening mate immediately. Knight, okay, knight h6 is one way to defend this, but because black hasn't captured here and we haven't recaptured with our bishop's on c1. So Miko is now, watch what he does. Bang! You can't take the bishop, you have to castle. Which is actually not that bad for black, bizarrely. Bishop takes g7. And he abandons the game like a whining little thing. Yeah, because he can't move his rook. He moves his rook, he gets mated. Ha! And then he went off and cried about being mistreated. But it's not. He wasn't cheating. He's just bought my course, isn't it? Thank you, Miko, my good friend, for buying my course. Where the fuck is that? Mongolia. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, this is my game. Look, here I come. All right, so this is a blitz. Da, 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 da. Oh, no, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Right? For the same reason is that our queen here hits that and hits this. Okay, so the question you ask yourself is, does black have queen e7 defending both? And if he does, then what I should do here is bishop takes f7 check. There you go. Okay. Oh, king moves, doesn't snatch the bishop. I think we just retreat the bishop to b3. No, I just snatch off. Okay. And castle. Okay, we have this now. Now I've got no light squared bishop. In comes the knight. I mean, this is great. It's like having selective memory problems. Okay, so I've moved my knight in. This can be captured at any time. And that is a blunder. And it's a blunder because we have queen f3. Do I find queen f3 check? I do. Queen f3 check. King e7 would be mate. Okay. Queen blocks. I don't think I want to be trading here, do I? Oh, royal fork. Oh, that's nasty. That's nasty. And you lose your queen. Ha ha. Okay, queen h5 check, do we think? Can't see anything better. No, I play knight c3. When was this played? I've got no memory of this game whatsoever. Now queen h5 check. And now got to be knight d5, isn't it? Yeah, check. Boom. Shakalak, knight takes f6, hitting the rook. Oh no, queen hits rook. Queen hits rook, and how do you prevent checkmate here? You have to put your rook there, yes? Okay. Right, and the king has to run away. And that's mate. Oh, dear. Mr. Göring strikes again. This is also a 5-minute blitz. And again, oh, did you do that again? Don't do that. And falls to mate with the bishop. Right? I'm not talking this up. This is happening every day. There's people out there playing chess having a lot more fun than you. Yeah. Göring FOMO it's called. It's a thing. Psychiatrists talk about this all the time. Double accepted. Oh, boring. Okay, they push d6. We build our battery here. Okay? That's the rule. So queen b3. And queen e7 we castle. Like, it's the easiest thing. It's so easy. Knight takes c3, right? The queen's on one of these squares. Might as well have the pawn. He's clearly signalled to us that he's not interested in capturing on b2, so that's it. That's what is that? That's a waste of a move. Now, Two options. That or that. Computer says rook e1 and then knight d5. Okay, so of course I play knight d5. And okay, here as well, if you get the course, you'll know you take with the pawn. You always take with the pawn. It might seem like, yeah, but I want to keep my bishop looking at f7. Well, he can, don't worry about it, right? But taking with a pawn does two things. It comes with tempo on the knight, right? Taking with a bishop doesn't come with tempo because he doesn't have to move that knight, right? But also, more importantly, rook e1's on. Yeah? And he can't block, can he? With that bishop right now, so thank you. Well done, Benjamin. Good move. And that's not very good at all, because now we simply have rook e1, and the bishop is guarding e6. So he has to give up the queen. Give a little cheeky check. c6, takes. Bishop comes back around. Okay, and now we're just going to be thinking, how can I drop my queen into there, right? Okay, there you go. You can see what he's thinking now, this fella. He's very good. Very smart player. Very smart. Now, queen e4. And resigns. It's nearly +6 for white. But we are up, 3 points of material. So there you go, guys, the Göring Gambit. Link is in the description. It's only $29, right? And it's, 2.5 hours of video, so you're not going to bore yourself to death with that, but then you get you get to drill it. You get to practice the with all the Lichess studies as well. So there you go. Knock yourselves out. Show me some love by buying the course. Support the channel. Support me with my gratitude. Thank you very much. You're wonderful. Take care.